I'm not getting my window. I don't know why. Then I need to share screen, which I don't
Sir,
want to
first
share.
keep open your content, then you go
I mean,
to.
I know. This the thing is there, but I am not basically. I want to share window instead of screen.
Or you go to your entire screen
But my
presentation.
that PPT, this thing is not visible. Let me do it one more time. Okay.
Otherwise, first keep them open, sir, in the system. Then
Okay.
you go to window. Now it's
Okay.
coming, sir. It's
No,
coming.
it is coming, but it is coming.
That's showing, sir.
Uh,
Showing.
it is showing, huh? Okay. Okay. So
Sir, you have gone to entire screen share, I think.
okay. 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 Yes. That I really don't want to do. Oh yeah. Now. So now my PPT slide is visible to everybody. I hope.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yes,
In
sir.
full screen
Yes, sir.
format.
Yes,
Full
sir.
screen format.
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. Fine. So this is today's topic for discussion, and as I told that how we can use technology wisely. This is the main basically idea for today's discussion, and I think this is also one of the objectives of the induction programs. Adoption of new pedagogical approaches, innovative instructional design models, new learning concepts. Basically, these are the objectives of induction programs, and basically, all these new things lead to openness in education, and that is why we need to understand open educational resources. Correct? Okay. So we will try to discuss what kind of pedagogy, instructional design models, authoring tools we can use in the development of OER in the context of open teaching learning mode. Okay. So basically, to achieve open teaching learning mode, we need some e-learning applications. So one e-learning application is OER. So we have so many e-learning applications we will see in our incoming slides. So, but before going ahead, let me go back to late 80s when renowned educationist Suleiman has underlined the significance and power of pedagogy in content knowledge of the teachers. So he told that content knowledge is incomplete without pedagogical knowledge, and that is why he has given the idea PACT framework, pedagogical content knowledge. So in the beginning of 21st century, another famous thinkers, Misra and Kohler, I think in 2006, they observed that this PACT framework is not serving its purpose, particularly in the era of technology-based learning, where we are using more technology in imparting education or in our pedagogy. So they found that this is not working. So basically, they have extended this PACT framework to T-PACT framework. So what they have done, they have added technology in PACT framework. So now, according to them, that teachers should adopt more technology in their pedagogy as well as content knowledge. So if you want to basically sustain in this era of digital education, so we need to follow this T-PACT framework, technological, pedagogical, content knowledge framework. Have you heard about this T-PACT framework? Is anybody from education background here?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about this T-PACT framework?
No, sir. Actually, this is new concept for me.
Okay, this is very common concept. So why I am
No, sir.
referring this T-PACT framework, because this seems to be more relevant in this testing time where we as teacher have to adopt more technological options to make remote teaching possible with fruitful results. Correct? Are you getting my this concept or not?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So we will proceed further.
Yes, sir.
we will proceed further within the framework of this PPACT basically concept. And under pedagogical domain of this PPACT, we will touch upon different learning paradigms, instructional design models, and under technological domain, we will try to discuss some authoring tools and some creative ways to design.
Sir,
and
slide
create.
not changing, sir.
Oh,
Slide not changing.
slide is not changing because I am still on my first slide.
Okay, okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so we will go. Don't worry, we will go further as we proceed. So, uh, we will two things we will discuss. First, we will discuss pedagogical aspect for OER, and second, we will discuss technological aspect for OER development under the domain of online teaching learning mode. Correct? So, can you anybody tell me what is OER?
Sir, open educational resources.
Yeah, correct. Open education.
Is that the copyright material that are available on internet?
Sorry, madam.
The copyright-free material that are available on internet?
Yes, sir. So, can you please give me or cite one example of OER?
The SWAM, like
Swayam is OER. Please explain and rationalize your statement.
like a downloadable journals that
Okay.
are supposed to materials are available. Like, can
Sorry.
we
Please.
discuss this over here?
Huh?
The JSTOR, like these
Just like Srot Ganga.
yeah.
Ganga.
Sir, JSTOR, Srodhganga,
Kidzin.
not open.
Download.
Sot Ganga.
Srot
Okay.
Ganga 3.
Good.
Sir. And unauthorized Sky Hub, SCI hubs.
Okay. So, do you?
Sir, shall I answer that?
Please, anybody can answer. No problem.
Sir,
This is open discussion, okay.
open source codes. These are the software where the softwares are open and anybody can browse it, see it, read, and they can even download. These are not copyrighted, sir. So these are open source codes, open source software, sir. OSS.
Okay. So, do you find any difference between e-content and OER? Hello.
Yes, sir.
तो
Yes, sir.
e-content और OER में कोई difference आपको लगता है? You must have heard about e-content.
Yes, sir. Actually, e-content that we have in MOOCs or SWAYAM or IGNOU Portal, eGANCOurse, etc. Yeah, there are a lot of e-contents for, but open educational resources like journals, different journals, different like Srot Ganga 3, etc.
That is also e-content. Suppose I am basically recording my lecture and I am uploading on some social site or some learning management system or SWAYAM. So will it be e-content or OER? Yes, please tell me. Basically, we need to understand difference between
resources, sir. There will be two content.
e-content. So basically, what I want to basically say, कि OER is one of the e-learning applications. Like we have other applications. So OER is also one of the e-learning applications. So all the OER will become e-content, but all the e-content will not become OER. This is the difference. Getting my point?
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
yes,
Getting
yes.
it.
Sir, sir, please,
Because
can you
in
repeat
Sir,
again?
how can we differentiate it?
Yeah, well, we are coming on that point. So basically, if you look at the definition of OER, everything which is open for use, reuse, remix, repurpose, redistribute, So things are open. All the content, whatever content we have, all the content are open for anything. Ideally, this is the ideal situation of OER. So one of the example of OER is Wikipedia. Anybody can use it, remix it, edit it, re-upload it, reuse it, redistribute it. Are you getting my point? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is OER.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, but in e-content, suppose you go for some course on SWAYAM platform, so you can download it, but you cannot basically edit it and re-upload it. It has certain copyright or certain IPR clause is there, some licensing is there. So ideally there is no OER except this Wikipedia. And if you look at Wikipedia, Wikipedia is not the valid source for citation and referencing in research. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
है ना? So
Yes,
if
yes.
something is OER, that would not be something which is valid. Correct? So you have to control OER with certain licensing so that the quality of content should remain intact. Correct? Correct? So now I think
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अब समझ में आया होगा डिफरेंस आपको डिफरेंस ये है सटल डिफरेंस है so OER is one of the conceptual application of e-learning like we have other conceptual application open courseware massive open online courses so these two are basically first we got this OER then we got OCW then we got this MOOC course so we can say MOOC and open courseware are the advanced form of open educational resources and open educational resources and all these things means open courseware and MOOCs these are all advanced form of ODL or distance education so this is basically basic difference in OER and in different other forms of e-learning okay so we will see what we have other forms of e-learning in our upcoming slide. So why we
Sir,
yes.
sir,
Yes.
it can be said in nutshell that which is has copyrights that it is e-content and
can say.
we can say.
Yeah,
Sir?
we can say. Yes, we can say. We
Oh.
can say. Otherwise, there is no
okay.
much difference in open educated resources and e-content.
Sir,
And,
another question. Sir, except Wikipedia, there are so many wiki sites.
Yeah.
If these sites are for referencing, can I use it for referencing?
No, no. So actually, we cannot refer such kind of things where everybody can contribute without any limitation. So you cannot say that source is valid enough to cite. According to me and according to basically other experts also and academia also.
Some contents are protected in the Wikipedia or wiki sources.
Okay. No, you can basically you can cite it, but not very heavily.
Sir, what are the criteria of authentication
For what?
for reference?
Basically, it should be reviewed. Basically, it should from some reviewed journal, from some reputed. Basically, it should be from some basically reputed group of journal or something like. So it has some factors, impact factor. Some basically it should be in a care list. Something, but not. We cannot refer something from OER kind of stuff. That is what I want to say.
Okay, sir.
Sir, please, sir.
I think you must have done your PhD or and all these things or somebody.
No, sir. I am yet to do that.
Oh, okay. So you must be aware of this thing. Na? You cannot cite much content from Wikipedia kind of stuff. But you can just touch and go kind of thing. Suppose you yes please.
Sir, please, OER and ODL में difference between OER and ODL clear.
ODL is concept. From ODL, we have got so many e-learning concepts. One is OER from ODL itself. One is OER, then another is Open Courseware, then MOOC. We will come, actually, we will discuss this thing in our third slide, I think.
Yes, sir.
We will discuss in detail. Okay. So, I
Sir,
would like to...
sir, my humble request, please, sir,
Correct.
you just listen us from basic level, because we are not so much like me, so much not technically sound. So you just listen us to from basic
Yeah.
level, sir, please,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, please. Okay,
Okay.
okay. I will follow your advice.
Okay, thank you. So, no,
Okay,
sir,
sir.
advice, my humble
No.
request, sir.
No. Basically, what we are going to discuss. Basically, what I am advocating, I am advocating the learning concept which are learner centric, participatory, collaborative, connectivism based. So, in such kind of learning mode, I am not the expert. I am co-learner. So, we are all co-learners. Okay. So, I am not the expert. I am just here to facilitate learning. So, we all need to contribute. So we can construct some new concept. Correct? So you can always give me advice,
Yes,
no
yes,
problem. And I will take your suggestion and advice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So is there anything you want to ask, or I can go further?
You proceed, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So why we need OER and OTL? Because if we look at students, we will find that their media habits, their learning styles, study habits are changing and changing towards digital. Now they want to learn through this OTL mode along with your physical classroom. Correct? So as teacher, we have expertise on our traditional way of teaching, and during this crisis, I suppose we got the expertise or getting expertise in online teaching and learning mode of imparting education. Correct? तो आप सभी ने किसी ना अभी रिमोट टीचिंग किया होगा, आपके यूनिवर्सिटी ने आपको बोला होगा कि आप रिमोट टीचिंग मोड में जाके टीच करिए और सप्लीमेंट करिए रेगुलर क्लासरूम को. Have you done that? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. बोलिए. Yes, sir. आ रही है.
We are hearing, sir.
तो आप लोगों ने किसी ना somebody must have basically organized this thing remote.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying कि now you have mastery on this thing also, or you are getting mastery on this online teaching learning mode because of this COVID crisis. Okay.
Sir, it's
So-
not mastery,
Yes, sir.
but we yet
You are having familiarity. That would be correct, I think. Huh? So
Yes, sir.
I am imagining post-COVID scenario. Okay. So according to me, the post-COVID scenario would be a blend of regular classroom and online teaching. Okay. And the blending ratio would be anything. Right now, this blending ratio is 80 and 20. 80% and 20%. 20% we can allow our students for SWAYAM-based courses. Correct? Correct?
Yes, sir. Sir, my thinking
Yes,
is
sir.
after the COVID, sir, actually it is open our window for COVID actually, sir. So post COVID, there will be a blended learning in online and offline also. Sir.
Correct. So I think in post-COVID era, we need to practice more of blended way of learning. Correct? More open kind of learning, flipped.
sir, is there any guideline or order regarding implementation of 20% online
Yes,
class?
we have. I will share one UGC Gazette notification regarding this. I have in my PPT slide. Okay. So that Gazette notification clearly tells that 20%, all the university have to allow 20% through this SWAYAM courses for credit transfer. So I will share that Gazette notification with you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So what we are thinking, we need to follow more open educational practices, which are nothing but more of open learning based, learner-centric based, connectivism based, collaborative based, active learning based, gamification based, and so on. So we will also follow the same approach. So instead of lecturing, I would like to create an interactive session where we all can learn from each other, correct? In collaborative and participatory learning, as I told earlier, because you're all teacher and have expertise in an area. So here we will try to explore how we can bring your expertise in larger public domain with the help of OER and e-learning applications. So basically, for this, these are my discussion points. You can see here. And this is what I want you to take away from this discussion. This is, of course, a long list, and you must be knowing some of the points listed over here. So please let me which point you want to cover and which point you want to skip. So I will proceed accordingly. And yes, but I really want to, basically, I don't want to repeat things again and again, but I really want to check. Basically, I don't want to reinvent wheel again, but I want to check whether wheel is running or not. So basically, what we do when we repeat same concept with multiple times with different methods, it will lead to mastery learning of Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy आपने अभी किसी को मालूम है Bloom's taxonomy?
Yes,
No.
sir. Yes.
We had a
I think somebody has covered this topic.
Yeah.
Last week.
Have us students of education, we know little more, sir. Actually.
So you are not from education side.
Yes, sir. I am from subject education.
Acha, so you must be knowing all these things, correct?
Yes, yes, little more.
So, so you can support us for understanding
Okay,
this
sir.
concept of Bloom's to others. So at right time, I will take your help, sir.
I'll be fortunate, sir. Actually.
So this is what I am going to discuss today. First, I will try to discuss about pedagogy. What kind of pedagogy we can adopt in the development of OER and OTL. And under pedagogy domain, we need to understand certain learning theories and concepts. After that, we will try to understand educational system for imparting and delivery of OER within the scope of OTL. Then what are the different e-learning applications for facilitating OTL? We will discuss this also. Then we will also see what are the approaches, open approaches we have for education under the domain of OER and open educational practices. What we have done in the area of e-learning, OER and OTL. So we will see this aspect also. Then we will try to understand how we can apply certain instructional design model in OTL applications for the development of our content, e-content or OER. So here we will try to understand Addy's, Bloom's, Gane, and Mayer's multimedia learning principle. Then in the second part, which we will cover in the second half, we will try to see how we can develop content and how we can deliver it. Under this basically segment, we will try to see MOOC structure and workflow. Although somebody must have covered this MOOC structure and workflow, so we can skip also as per your suggestion. Then we will try to see what are the creative methods to create content or instructional, and I will share some tips for you as per my experience. Then we will try to see two kind of delivery modes we have. One is synchronous and another is asynchronous. Under these two modes, we will try to see some authoring tools, and I will try to demonstrate Presenter, Camtasia, Video Scribe for the creation of content, video content. A very easy one. Then after creating the content, we need to deploy somewhere. So we will try to see some LMS like Google Classroom, as Moodle somebody has covered or somebody is going to cover. So we can skip that Moodle. Then we will also see some streaming software like OBS besides YouTube and Facebook. So and we will also see some video conferencing software. Correct. So this is my lecture plan for today's discussion. So we will start with the basically process for the development of OER. So any online academic instruction can be started in 3 steps, and these are the 3 steps. In the first step, we need to plan everything. We need to select our topic, objectives, target students, then pedagogy ID, then we need to start preparing for content or planning for content preparation. Then we need to select some software, identify some software. What are the software? We can do a little bit research also here if you want. Then content research we can do. Then in the second step, after planning everything, now we need to develop the content. And as I discussed in my previous slide, that we have 2 kind of delivery mode, synchronous and asynchronous. Under this, we need to select particular mode. Then accordingly, we need to select certain tools for delivering the content and sharing the content. Okay, then after delivering our content and after deploying our content, we need to measure its effectiveness. So we can do this via learning analytics, tracking of learning progress, assessment, examination, quiz. So many things are there. So these are the 3 steps. So these 3 points, these are basically these come under your domain, correct? You can select your topic, you can define your objective, and you can also select your target student. So we will start from pedagogy. Okay. So we will start from pedagogy, and I think before going ahead to understand learning concept, we need to understand pedagogy first. So what is pedagogy according to you? Sir, अभी education से जो थे वो मतलब he can enlighten us. Hello.
Actually, in short, pedagogy means science of teaching. ऐसे कैसे हम लोग पढ़ाएंगे, कैसे present करेंगे, lesson plan करेंगे, उसके बाद पढ़ाएंगे, behavioral objectives क्या है, educational objectives क्या है, सब कुछ understand करने के लिए सर ये pedagogy है सर.
Thank you very much. So pedagogy is all about creating an educational process that will lead to knowledge transfer to our learners. Correct? ठीक है सर ये. So we can say it is the process and method of teaching. जैसा कि आपने कहा, गोविंदा सर.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Correct sir?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Huh?
Yes.
So to understand pedagogy, I think we need to understand basic learning concept and theory, because pedagogy is nothing without learning concept and theories. Correct?
Yes sir.
So another reason to understand a learning concept is that we need to apply particular learning concept in particular pedagogical situation. Let us try to understand with the help of one example. Suppose you must have rewarded your students for their responses, or you must have punished them for their responses. Huh?
Sorry sir.
Okay, we will come to this point.
Yes, sir, we do this in classroom to
You
actually
do
motivate
this. Okay.
students.
So directly or indirectly, we are applying some kind of learning concept or pedagogical approaches or some learning theories. Basically, punishing your student or reinforcing something, it is nothing but operant conditioning. You may not be aware of with this concept, but you are doing this, correct? So we will try. Hello. Yes. So we will try to understand all such kind